Well, at least I'm doing better than Dad.
Mikey puts it up.
So this is my life.
The date is August 18th, and I find myself in the company of the Ravenous Lake people, a small tribe of Algonquin dwellers who venture into the interior to try to survive. They are a slow-moving bunch with a very particular set of skills, though narrow and interesting.
My strengths are also my weaknesses, but my weaknesses are my biggest strengths. So, yeah, figure that one out. But it should work pretty well. I'm hoping it works well this time for me. So, ready to put those weaknesses to work.
The boat.
Somewhere around there. I think that's where we're going.
Yeah, I bought one quickly off
They think they're funny as well.
Like that way would probably be the best way. Somewhere again.
They begin to pack their canoes with their provisions that they've taken from their homes. Paddles, life jackets, and slowly work their way into the boats to navigate the shallow waters of Algonquin forest. They use large blue barrels to store their food, carrying them across land and water to ensure they can survive for roughly 2 days away from civilization. The Ravenous people will do anything in their power, spend any amount of time to ensure they do use the least amount of effort. Most amount of time, indeed. Finally. Well, between the jokes and gags, slow-moving efforts, there are moments of serenity.
Very hard to see them.
Until navigation must begin.
There's rock
That rock.
Whose fault was that? Whose fault was it?
It was the handsome man looking the camera distracting me.
Anything you want to say?
I'm having a good time. Go to the, oh no, I thought it was looking at the camera.
I think it's just up around the bag.
Yeah,
Perfectly candid, perfectly candid.
it's in my bag. Where
There you go, Sean. There's my strength. Positively excluded.
No, not all the time.
Ravenous Lake people then search for a place to take a quick break, to recuperate their energies, read about the historic events of the area, and for the dog to eat some rocks. And to wait for any stragglers to finally make it to shore. Once the Ravenous Lake people have found land to establish a site, they begin to set up shelter. Wow. This is easier for some than others. Some do it jokingly. Some are more efficient with their time. While others are slower and more concise. And others continue to struggle.
Spider spins its web.
It's not fucking working. This tarp.
You tied this knot and stuck here. This tarp's just like canopying. The rain's gonna go everywhere.
Wait.
Tie that back up. What are you doing?
Damn it! Okay, I fixed it.
Harden up. Cantaloupes.
And you got one
No.
for two?
No. Actually.
And it goes on and on
Is that good?
and on.
Yeah, well, it's
And
secure that way.
Okay, that's that's more than enough rope. My machete's missing.
Is it actually missing?
Getting like what we did drop them like this far apart, like split up.
Because with what you
Hey, have you guys seen my toothbrush?
This thing's already shit.
And on.
Michael, you've made this so complicated.
I know.
You said you weren't interested in making
like
$4,000 to
the-
$5,000.
Are we in the second hour?
Is that better? Are we in the second hour?
Yeah, that's much better.
And this is just gonna drain onto
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we are.
What if we put the lantern behind it? You turn it on so you create a silhouette. You create a silhouette on the tarp. And then
The next order of business is to determine how to properly use the bathroom.
sock on the trunk. I'm taking a dump.
And the bathroom itself is not for the prude. Once that's taken care of, the Ravenous Lake people then go and search for trees, sticks, and twigs for a fire. And with all things involving the Ravenous Lake people, it's slow.
parkour.
This young male has quite the bundle, but he spotted me. He starts to get aggressive, but like the daddy longlegs, who doesn't have teeth, he is unable to bite.
The one over there looks a little rougher.
Once the Ravenous Lake people have acquired all the sticks and twigs that they need to start a fire, you think the next logical step would be to build a fire. But alas, they are easily distracted and start to list about. Anything can catch the Ravenous Lake people's attention, from cracking sticks to the length of a shoreline.
Like you're going to the cottage, you feel like you're like really going to the cottage. But
Survival for these people is
yeah, are getting Chinese
somehow
food and doing something.
along the lowest priority.
Just like more of that feeling of isolation.
Start to sharpen twigs and sticks, though not on the pointy end.
It will kill.
To my surprise, all actions of survival stop once these plastic discs are seen. Hours and hours of precious sunlight spent throwing the plastic.
Or you're gonna get smoked right in the face.
What happened? That's still pretty good. Yeah, because the part 3 stuff.
Oakley, go get it.
See?
Oakley.
Feels the best.
Here, Oakley. Oakley.
Oh, okay.
Give them both.
Now the game that they play
No!
Oh, that rock.
entails picking a tree in the forest, believe it or not, to throw the disc at. Not that tree,
Okay, I'll go. Yeah. Oh fuck.
Nor that one.
Okay, well I'm behind the shitter.
The one that doesn't reach the sky.
Some are more precise.
Oh, you just
A
missed
near
it.
miss.
Taking to account the wind. Oh, very good. I'll go get them both.
And some have a particular strategy.
What I tried to do is miss the tree.
Hopefully it hits.
Just like this. I'll go for it. And then just go in here a little bit. Nice.
It worked!
That was very.
It worked! A great shot.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
I fucking love these things.
I'm pretty sure the edge here is.
I've stopped keeping before.
Good
Oh, it
curl.
leveled out. Oh,
Oh.
that
Oh, so you're
branch
saying-
saved ya.
Once hallucination starts to set in due to lack of substance, the Ravenous start to go slightly mad.
Like we should do like an orc shot, you know, like the shot where they're.
As the daylight hours begin to pass quickly, the Ravenous finally decide that it's time to survive. They deliberate slowly and begin to do chores.
Yeah,
Now it's time!
really
Time for wood!
Come with me. Yeah, they don't need to be there.
Now that the wood is chopped, the Ravenous decide who will clean, who will organize, who will prep the food.
I think that's good.
They begin cutting the store-bought meats. Laugh at the phallic objects and chop the vegetables. Anything from cucumbers to peppers, celery, and those some take more than they provide. The ceremonial fire starter uses the, believe it or not, frisbees to get the fire stoked. She then deliberates which pieces of wood will be used in which order to create the ceremonial fire that will be used for survival and cooking. All of this takes place within the span of roughly 6 hours.
Do right after a divorce.
The man then began to steal our camera because he thinks he's funny.
Hope you enjoyed this piss shot, Sean. This shot was for you. Look at it, glistening on the stones.
Now that the Ravenous Lake people are fed and have met the very bare minimum for survival, they start to play their games.
Top 5 answers on the board. Name something specific that you turn over.
The pillow.
Damn.
Oh.
A pancake.
I have not yet seen them so excited.
We can play.
The question.
Pancake and mattress are 2 of the 5 answers off the board. Name something specific that you turn over.
So focused.
Yeah, fried egg. Fried egg.
Number 4 answer.
So disappointed.
Mikey, we gotta be careful. 2 strikes. The mushroom family can steal. Name an excuse teenage girls use when they come home late from a date.
And
Shrooms.
truly,
That's a good answer.
this is when they are the most ravenous.
Name an excuse teenage girls use when they come home late from a date.
Lost track of time.
Number 2 answer.
I think
His eyes
that
were
was
so
probably the most real
dreamy.
one.
Once the games have had, the Ravenous Lake people then begin to try to acquire food from
That's such a good idea to do
the
that one.
lake.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to catch a fish.
Welcome to Ben's Fishing Show.
I love how we just decided to end that tree spotting cycle on that episode. Only the finest.
I know, it's too light for the gym.
I'm gonna need the doctor.
And I put my leggings on numb hot. I wish I put something to.
Ben, she's back.
You'll never catch me, Miss Ben!
Thousand men stand between you and her.
I'll fight them all. Time to change that reservation to 1. I'm coming for you. Nice.
The day quickly turns to night here in the Algonquin forest, and I find myself doing much the same with the Ravenous Lake people as I was during the day.
Like foot puppet shadows.
Essentially,
Singing foot. I feel like I look like those little punching arms.
Get about
Those
you.
boxer games.
Oh, yeah.
Lighting you up.
they think they're funny.
Took the road less traveled. Now I got blisters on my feet. Lost his home in a battle. Now the sun burns him while he sleeps. See, his drink is my drink. That butterscotch brandy, call him Mr. Hook Nose. He got a thing for that candy. The day I quit stealing, I'm gonna throw out my banny. The day I quit drinking, I'm gonna start up a family. But it ain't gonna happen that way. Forget it, no worries, let's blaze. But it ain't gonna happen that way. Forget it, no worries, let's blaze. That there my homie, I know him from rehab. We can chop him that 20.
In the morning, the Ravenous Lake people rise from whichever spot that they had fallen, and the first priority is to bathe. As with all things involving the Ravenous Lake people, this takes hours and hours. And hours. tantalized by the water. I myself decided to take the plunge. It was beautiful. Till the dog. Once cleaned and out of supplies, the Ravenous lake people must start the long journey back to civilization. This is where they return to their 9-to-5 jobs to try to save up enough money and free time so that they can do it all over again. I know I will never forget my time with the Ravenous lake people.
It's not bad.
No?
Indeed, our breath will be our prayer, light and easy air, tracing the lines on our paws. Meet you there.